Yeah, this is the right one.
Once everybody gets over here, we'll start. I just want to let those kids get over here too.
Have you even felt this gear yet?
It feels good, dude. I like that new FXR gear, bro.
I know, the 25s.
Yes, I have some. I don't have some brand new stuff. I think I have last year's stuff. I really enjoy. I really like it. It's very comfortable.
Yeah, I like this freaking, I don't know what you call it, like soft fibers or something.
Yeah, it looks good, dude. It looks
Yeah.
really good.
Can't wait to get some new graphics. So, things are peeling.
Texting me. Jace keeps texting me. He's like, you're out here. How can you be texting me?
I was in my RV.
I didn't feel it. My phone just went off, and I was like, what's my phone doing? What's going on on me? And then I seen I got messages from you.
Yeah. Did you look at them?
Yeah, seen you got your PC set up.
Yeah. Playing MX Vice in there.
Come on, push it, push it, push it, push it, push it, push it, push it. Downshift.
Go, Callum, go! Go, Callum!
Downshift. He's gonna burn up that plug. Hey, push down on the shifter. Hey, you know why you got stuck? Because you went too slow. No, but you went too slow back there. Hop off your bike. Hop off your bike. Get off of it.
Standing by itself. Loving this corner. I just hate where this water runs through.
Yeah. Go shut it off. Shut it off, buddy. Shut it off too. Okay. I know that we have water going through these because we still got water running from the neighbors over here. It is what it is, but here's what I would like to see you guys work on. Try to lift your front wheel up through it. Try to wheelie through that water so that you're not letting that front wheel splash first. And what happens when you let the front wheel splash through it first, it splashes up on your boots, so then it makes it a little tougher for you guys to squeeze the bike. Sometimes it splashes up on your goggles. And also, you as a rider, be aware of people in front of you. Don't get close to them or to the side of them if they're gonna splash through that water, so you don't end up getting splashed right in front of them. So that's also really important as a rider. You need to be aware of that. So we're gonna do a section just right over here. We're gonna work just these corners. We're not even gonna go over any of those jumps. The only jump we're gonna go over is that roller, the big single. And then I'm gonna have you guys cut off the track. We're gonna cut across and we're gonna come right back into this section. We're gonna focus on these 3 corners, or basically it'll be 4 corners, and then that one roller, and we're gonna work on standing the whole time. And I'm gonna time you guys, and we're gonna do 10 minutes worth of standing. And now what this is gonna do, I want you guys to really focus on when you're standing to be on your toes, and make sure your toes are pointed in like that, so your knees are going towards the bike. But this is a good opportunity for you guys to kind of work using your hips, bending your knees, kind of dropping your ankles a little bit to kind of see how you can maneuver the bike while you're standing. Also, when you're going through these rollers right here, this is a good opportunity for you guys to work the bike underneath you. What I'll do is I'll do an example for you guys so you can see the route I want you to take, and I'm just gonna do it on the pit bike as well, so then it's also a little more animated. You guys just wanna pull up right here, and I'll come through here and I'll haul butt so you guys can watch my little example. Evan, pull up right here. Let's shut them off. 10-minute standing is gonna suck. I'm not gonna act like it's not gonna suck. Your low back is gonna hurt. Kids, like this is something I do for some of my more advanced riders and some of the kids that are here training, get better. Like this is still just gonna work on a skill. We're working on our standing skills right now, but also what I'm gonna be looking at is your form and technique. So being on your toes, having your butt stuck out, working on our elbows. Hey, pay attention. Oh, put your listening ears on. Elbows are important. If you guys are riding around like this, you can't control the bike. So I'll do a quick lap and show you guys an example of standing through here. These heads still over the number plate. And when I come out, try to wheelie through that the best I can. Inside or outside, your choice. Do your best to wheelie through that each time. I know that on these 85s, you guys have a little more power to where you can just kind of pop the clutch and give it a little RPMs and get over it.
Or just freaking.
And you just have to use a little bit of upper body strength if you need to. But kids, I know it's okay if you can't pop a wheelie through it, okay? Just so you know, I know it's gonna be a little more difficult on those bikes compared to these bikes. But did you guys see how I was standing the whole time?
Mm-hmm.
See how my head was over the number plate when I was going through those corners? It's okay if you guys make mistakes. This bike honestly makes it look a lot easier. You guys have a little more power, so the bike's gonna be maybe a little more squirrely. So really focus on squeezing tight with those legs and controlling that bike. So do you guys need to follow me around for the route, or are you guys pretty aware of it? Okay.
I mean, they can follow me. Y'all want to follow me?
You kids follow them for the route. They're just going to cut right over here. We're going to stand. I'm going to be watching. So it says 11:10. So at 11:11, so at 11:21 is when I'll pull you guys off. Okay? Stand up the whole time. long 10 minutes, wasn't
Yes,
it?
it was.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, my calves. That was 10 minutes. No, 11:21. Look, my watch says 11:21. I told you guys what time I would pull it. I'd pull you guys off. I was right on the money.
Ouch.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. My old calves started burning first 4 laps in, and I was like, oh, I gotta sit down.
My back
I was like,
hurts.
you guys are savages.
My back hurts.
Good.
Way
Hey,
too much.
that's what this is about, is pushing yourselves like that.
Well, I almost
Evian,
crashed
I'm
over
so
there.
proud of you, young lady. You did great. She pulls over and she's sweating and huffing and puffing, and it is, like, honestly, I feel like it's harder on the pit bike than it is on a race bike.
Yeah, because
You're going a little slower. It's a little more slower momentum, so you're having to
Little
work
bit
a little
more
more
engine
momentum. It's so weird on these 85s. You have a little more suspension. Just things work a little better.
yeah. Man, dude, I'm getting over these rollers perfect.
Yeah, you're doing a great job of working the bike underneath you. Your form looks great, Hayden. You're over the front, like you got your elbows up. I can see your toes.
Anything you notice that I had to give it?
I would say for you more than anything is just sometimes I feel like you're a little hesitant to get over the front of the bike coming out of your corners. So think of it like this: when you guys are accelerating, and if you're sitting down and you're planted on the bike, you can squeeze the bike a little tighter with your legs, and you can just lay your head over that number plate and basically be in front of the power. But when you're standing, that weight is a little higher. So you have to literally feel like you're too far over the front a lot of times when you're coming out of the corners and you're accelerating, because you have to keep that weight to where you don't want to be standing straight up and down and then, oh, that thing trying to come out from underneath you. So you got to get in front of that power. What's that, buddy?
I'm going to be freaking zooming whenever we sit down.
I know, but it's just working on standing and forcing yourself to stand. Hey, was that hard, kids? Good. It should be hard. I'm proud of you kids, though, for doing it. You only crashed a couple times, huh, Callan? That's all right.
I about crashed.
Callum, I'm so sorry. Callum.
He just doesn't like to speak up.
It's okay. Thank you for correcting that, Evian. Callum, right? Is it Callum? Okay. I apologize, bud. I didn't mean to say it wrong. Why don't you guys, I know you guys need a water, so go get you a water, and then let's come back and meet right here, okay?
I just drink water and then straight back.
Yeah, maybe 5 minutes. Just get you a quick drink and come
And
back, because
fill
you
up.
guys, at least, if you do need to fill up,
I think.
okay, well, did you not fill up on the last break?
No.
Okay, then you
Probably
better
not.
fill up now. If you didn't fill up last break, fill up this time. But kids, just go grab you a drink of water and come back in like 5 minutes so we get going again. 'Cause I know that was a long 10 minutes.
Yeah. you know if this is recording or not?
Huh?
You know if it's recording or not?
It's blinking red. Does that mean it's
probably
recording?
Yeah.
Dang it, it's catching everything I'm saying. So your next step, Jace, on your jumping is your consistency of your body positioning.
Yeah.
But now you've got to learn how to land on the gas and like charge down the backside, carrying your momentum. So me as a rider, like right when my rear wheel is about, I'm like this high from the ground. Dude, I rip that bike wide open. I go, dude, like even on my 450, dude, I go, oh, I land wide open charging. And that's the same thing, Hayden, like that's kind of where you're at on your next step of jumping. Oh, good job. Use that front brake. I know, hey, but she didn't take nobody down. Good save, young lady. We're gonna take that one, okay? She didn't hit the pit bike, and she didn't really clip your bars and make you go down.
Yeah, she just kind of clipped
and
my
she didn't
boot.
whiskey, so that means that was a win, okay?
Yeah.
Oh, and he did it too. Yes, I'm so glad we did those front brake drills. All right, shut them off. Hey, so these two riders, these two boys, they are at a different place with their riding than you two kids are, okay? And that is okay. And what we have to do is, I'm gonna give them maybe a little different instructions than what I'm gonna give you two kids, and that's okay. I want you guys just to still listen to what I'm gonna be sharing with them as well. So like Jace and Hayden, you guys are both at a stage of, now that we're jumping this consistently and we're both landing on the downside, it's teaching you boys how to comfortably open the bike up. Like I mean, and me, this is me. I rip my bike wide open right before I land, so I hear my bike. I know it's gonna go charging down the backside, and I'm gonna carry that momentum into those rollers, because your goal is to carry as much speed into that next corner from point A to point B, and then shut it back down for your next section. So that's what I want you guys to do. I'm not so concerned about how much speed, like I just want you guys to jump this consistently, and my main focus for you two boys is make sure you're landing with your head over the number plate on that gas, charging down that backside into those rollers. And like your goal would be to not let off until you leave that first roller face, and then from that point you're kind of, okay, I'm soaking them up and I'm checking up from there. But the main thing is just landing. Right before you land, open that throttle up, make sure you're squeezing the bike head over that number plate, charging down that backside. So for you two kids, Callum, you gotta pay attention though. Can you put your listening ears on? Okay, put your listening ears on. All right, thank you. I just want you kids to comfortably jump out off of this, but I want you to do it standing, all right? And I want you just jump out a little ways. Even if you only jump 1 foot, jump 1 foot. The next time, maybe you jump 2 feet. Just jump out a little ways, and you guys don't have a ton of suspension on these bikes, so make sure when you land, you absorb it with those knees and elbows. Make sure you use your legs and those arms, and you don't just land stiff. You have to absorb it. Yes, sir?
We actually, by our house, we have this like little place, and then like we go around, and we
you
go
jump
back
it?
up, and we like go really fast, and then we jump up that.
So what I will do then is I'll go out here and I'll start marking and see how far you guys jump. You want me to do that so we can get a kind of a little contest between you and Sis?
Yeah.
Can I
Okay.
start on a little bump first?
Hey, you don't even, just right now, you don't have to get any air. You just get up this consistently, because I know you crashed on this, so your brother's wanting to bust air. I just want you to get over this safely every lap. Can you do that for me? Okay. Hey kids, for the section, what we'll do is go around that corner, and then we'll hop off the track and go straight down through there.
And then go to that big roller and then turn right there.
I don't even think we need to go all the way down to the end right now.
So probably just to that
You two
big
boys
hill.
don't need to go all the way to the end to jump this tabletop, do you?
No.
No, you
Probably
don't.
just cut in for that.
Just cut right there, probably into that, like probably right before that last double
Yeah.
at the end of this section, and then roll in like that. Can you go show these two kids where to go to so that we can shorten the section up? So can you kids follow these boys on where we're gonna cut the track? And I'm gonna stay up here so I can watch you guys, because this is our blind jump.
monstrous rut.
That's good for you, though, bud. That's good for you to practice taking it.
Yeah. I always hate hitting new jumps with ruts, but I mean.
Well, it's not a new jump.
I know. I'm just saying.
So that's what.
So it's kind of good to learn how to jump. I mean, in the rut.
It's very good for you to learn how to hit that rut and get consistent with it, bud. Evan.
But I watched my GoPro video, my footage, and whenever I was going in the middle, that's whenever my front was getting tucked up a little bit more.
Are you doing it still? You want to do just this section, or do you need a break?
I'm gonna go get some water and then I'll come back.
Okay. Hey, let's go over here and look at this next section, okay?
Stoppy.
It's hard right here because
yeah,
it's not very
it's
much
so
traction.
sandy.
I know that it's really hard to double in, but I feel like you can go roll double.
Dude, yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm freaking just
double?
boom, boom.
Okay.
I'm literally actually kind of clearing it. I'm just clipping my back wheel with whenever I'm.
Hey, there's no way you're landing like full throttle off that tabletop right now. What would you say, like if you gave a percentage on your throttle you're giving it, what would you say you're giving? Maybe
45 or 35.
Okay. Can you maybe at least go to 70%?
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
Hey, this is the most important part, is when you land and you charge down into this, it's the momentum. And I want you to understand, like I had a 50 rider the other week, he could jump the finish line and land. He was wide open, never let off, was wide open. Now that's a 50. Now I'm not saying like your bike has a lot more speed, but you can land wide open. I land wide open on my 450, fourth gear, charging all the way in here. Then once I jump off this first double, I'm downshifting to third, and I'm landing, and I'm just braking from that point forward. So I'm wide open from the finish line until I leave that first roller right there. Try to make that your goal, be landing. And I know right now it's gonna be tough to land wide open, but force yourself to land at 70% throttle and charge, stay 70% throttle all the way into these rollers and see what happens.
Can you straighten my thing up a little bit more?
Is it still kind of messed up, buddy?
Yeah, can you like turn it to the right a little?
Yes, sir. Which way does it need to go now?
I think
your bar's gonna go this way?
Right. This way.
You're
yeah, like that, yeah.
So, like this?
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Okay. Once they get twisted, it's hard to get them straight.
Yep.
And I'm gonna get the hell out of the way just in case.
Dude, I need a quad lock, bro. So bad.
Do you?
Yeah. A rut starting, like in that straightaway, and I freaking about tipped over.
It's okay if you made a mistake. I understand.
Alright.
But I understand not every lap's going to be perfect coming up to this, and you know, you just have to also be okay with it. Be like, all right, cool. But how can I adapt in that moment and make the best of that situation? Because there's going to be a racing situation is going to be the same way.
Probably go to the right or maybe the left.
Well, just like make sure you basically adapt. So if it gets a little squirrely, just make sure you're in the right form. Make sure you're squeezing the bike. Make sure you're looking ahead. And even if you got to soak the jump up, soak it up, but land on the gas, charge off the backside of it, and go ahead and charge into your next section. Go ahead and attack it. Does that make sense? Okay.
Oh, my kickstarter ain't even out. that to Ronnie Mac. Put my finger on it. Yeah, I
That's
forgot.
okay. Go do it. It's all right. Go do it again.
Alright.
That's why we're practicing it
Found
right
that spot
now.
though.
I know.
Good thing I landed on the throttle. I would have been chased.
You still should have opened it up even more than that. And
Yeah,
instead of
I know. Hitting that spot.
Instead of saying I know, just let's fucking do it. All right, let's not be like, oh yeah, I know. This is when we practice those times, Jace, because it's gonna take one of those you landing wrong to slap your ass on the ground and hurt you, and that's what I want to prevent. So, what happened as you left the face of the jump? What did you feel? Tell me that. That's important. It's what did you feel with that bike? Like, what was it doing?
Kicking.
Was it kicking off to your left, or which way was it kicking, to your right?
My left.
Okay.
I mean my right.
So if it kicked off to your right, what does that mean with your butt and your booty? What does that mean it has to do?
You gotta move your butt.
So if it went that way,
You lean it to the left.
no, lean, no.
I mean, you move your butt
look at
to the
this.
left.
Look at that. See, throw that fucking body off, dude. You're gonna have to. How much do you weigh?
Like 82.
How much?
Huh?
How much do you weigh?
83 or something.
Okay. How much do you think this dirt bike weighs?
Probably like
160,
Yeah.
if not more.
Probably, I'd
Okay,
say
it's double you.
40.
It's double you, okay? With it being double your weight,
gotta
you think
throw
you can,
it.
you're gonna have to throw your little body around to pull this thing around, but also making sure that ass is off the back. Make sure it's like, but that's the point of your butt being stuck out here and your head being here. So you remain in control of the rear of the bike. Because if this happens and you do a little bar hump, and you want to stick your weenie out, whatever it is you want to do, like that's what I call it. Like you guys call these little bar humps. Oh!
Freaking frame caser.
You landed short. That was scary. So I'm telling you guys, every time you're gonna come up short, open the gas up before you land. It helps drive through it and it helps absorb the landing pad every time.
Dang, bro, you just frame cased
Bogged
that.
on that one. Hey, and like, what what Jace does really good on before the finish line table is he's setting himself up really good over that little table. And I still think sometimes you're trying to air that little table out a little bit too much, Hayden. Does that make sense? Yeah. So whenever you jump to flat and you're not kind of turning with the track and you're landing straight, well then you're landing in that kind of soft and that sand, you're getting squirrely, so then you're having to try to turn and lean and you're shifting up to fourth at the same time. But you've already lost all your momentum at that point. So it's like you need to kind of set yourself up at an angle, kind of be leaning as you jump that table, shifting up to fourth and landing, just going just that steady, smooth throttle.
I'm gonna try, I might roll it a couple more times just to freaking find a line in between the right and the left. But I mean,
just hit it in the middle.
Right and the middle.
Like here's the thing, if you guys are in a race, and you guys have already hit this jump enough times today to know where the lines are at. Stay away from that rut. If you don't want to hit it in that rut, stay away from it. Shut it off, Evian. Because the rut is scary. I'm not going to act like I mean, whenever I was your guys' age and I was learning, definitely it was tough to hit it in the rut every time. And right now, I'm having you step outside of your comfort zone on the landing and as well as working on a brake tap when you need it. You need to take a main line, take a smoother line to where you're not having to be so focused on that rut. All right? Because right now we're not super focused on hitting the ruts on the face. I want to hit a smooth part so you're working on landing on the gas down the backside. But we can go back to the rut if we just want to go focus on that. You want to focus on it?
Kind of want to focus on trying to find like spots like.
To find you a smooth line, just look ahead, just look up, look in the middle of that jump, and stay on the gas and hit it.
Wide open after landing.
No, you're not. You might be half throttle.
Probably.
Overgrip that throttle and hey, go. No. Before you land, open it up. You'll tell. You can tell. Go. Seriously, you are not wide open. Not even close. like 30% more. That might have been. Better, but still more throttle. I'm gonna get a video of it so you can hear it.
Alright.
Good job. You need a break or anything? Dad? That was your best one, huh?
You get a video?
Yep, and I got a video of it. But you're gonna have to do that consistently.
Alright.
Open that bike up like that every time. Do that,
Yep.
Count practice.
Probably need to jump out a little bit more too.
Yeah, jump out a little bit.
My bad.
Absorb that. You got to be standing, elbows, land. You can absorb those knees and elbows.
My bad, I gave you a little tap.
That's all right. Hey, a lot better. You're getting better and better. Go ahead and hit it again.
You can see the spot where I landed. Like, see that little dark spot?
I know, but and you see how much better it works when you land charging?
Yeah.
Do it again and again and again.
take a break up there with y'all?
Hey, what are you doing, bud?
Can I take a break up there with y'all?
Yeah, come up here.
Run it how you should run it. Don't slow down.
What happened? What's going on with the last couple?
Yeah, you've just been like slowing down, getting shorter and shorter.
Whew.
What's going on? No idea. You're going slower. You're landing on the top. You're landing up here. Your back tire's landing on the top almost every time.
We could take this straightaway here. I could probably chase you down this straightaway, and then I could whip one around, and then I could chase you down this like another straightaway. Okay. A little concerning, but I mean, whatever.
Are you that paragliding guy?
No, that's me.
You are. My dad knows that.
We just talked about
Oh, yeah.
Where have you been?
Oil rig?
Nope. Neighbors.
Oh, yeah.
Go that fast. That's hard for me. Like, cause I just don't have.
Probably bring you down to like 55. I mean, the other thing is
the camera's not recording.
I can catch up to you too.
So cool.
Do it again.
Alright.
He shorted it again.
Slowing down. You see what
Well, he's way through those runs right there. So that's where I'm talking about. I think I saw him on the road. Hey, what's wrong? Why are you acting like you're all sad right now?
Getting better.
Yes, they're getting better. Make sure you're standing and those elbows are up every time. You got to practice it everywhere. When you're riding around, you practice your elbows being up. Try it one time. I dare you. Over grip that throttle, and you pick that bike wide open. And see what it does.
Hi. One of the doubles. I went roll, double, and roll. Okay, good. Huh? Yeah, I mean, I felt like that was 75.
No, dude, that wasn't full throttle.
No, I said it was 75.
No, you weren't even close to 75.
Come on.
You're not even close to 75. You're maybe a third throttle. When you
Man.
You'll bump it and then you'll come right back out of it.
Yeah,
You got it. Just go do it.
Fine.
All right.
that thing wide open until you hear the rev limiter before you hit the ground.
So the GoPro did go dead again, but this next session that we're about to switch to will be the last one. So I mean, I know most of y'all probably aren't watching this part, but it's whenever. Dude, I want to wheelie over all of these.
And hey, you can eventually, but what it has to start off with is, okay, let's start off coming off there and wheeling one, and then setting the front wheel down and then wheeling another one, and then setting the front wheel down and then maybe wheeling again. Does that make sense? Just like, let's start off at one at a time. Let's not try to do all of them at the same time. That's like a Eli Tomac at Daytona type of moment, like on that 450 Honda. Like his ass was, he was ripping that year. But definitely, like what these rollers, like these have naturally developed from the state race, because it was just kind of a little drop off into a flat. But you just gotta, right now I'm gonna have you go around that outside, just roll the gas on, and I'd say third gear for right now, and just work on staying on the gas. Then as you come off of that roller, the first one, you're just gonna stay on the gas and kind of pull back just lightly on the bars and push down on those foot pegs to kind of keep that rear wheel down, and try to just do one at a time. Just wheelie one of them, set the front wheel down.
You want me to get off before that double over there?
I would say, yeah, go ahead and hop off the track and turn right back around, just so that we can focus on this little section.
And then hop on at that roller?
Yeah, just hop on right there, buddy.
All right.
One, two, you ended up getting 3 of them. They weren't completely clean, but I felt like you at least attempted all 3 of them. So here's how you continue that. If you can barely set the front wheel down and then lift it right back up, you can continue that wheelie, that manual through there. It depends on how comfortable you are with staying off the back and kind of using your throttle control to kind of keep that rear wheel connected to the ground, along with your body English, the way you kind of use your knees and your legs and you soak it up and then push back down to kind of let that rear end come up. He almost did. Oh, he got a little off balance, or a little off rhythm. Yeah. So we kind of set into him. Oh, so whenever that happens, that's whenever things start getting funny. So just focusing on
I
trying to
might
keep
go
the
to the
rear wheel
right
down.
side a little bit.
No,
where
stay
that-
over to the left.
that
Stay over to the
dry-
left right now. I want
No,
you
like
to
to
go
the
for the
right
deeper
side of the
of the
road.
left side.
Yeah,
Yes.
that.
But just make sure, I want you to stay on this outside, and I want you to learn how to connect that rear wheel to the ground and drive forward.
Alright.
You're doing a great job of carrying your speed around the corner, and that's where Jace, that's where you need to pick it up. You need to carry more speed around that corner and force yourself to carry that speed into this. So Hayden, you're just kind of, you come off that first one with so much speed, and then it's almost like it doesn't quite get the correct rhythm, and you kind of get thrown off and it starts bouncing. So even if you have to maybe check up a little bit coming off that first one, Hayden, since you're carrying so much speed, to lift that front wheel up and then kind of drop it down for right now, just to kind of learn how to wheelie through here. Do that. Don't carry quite so much speed. Maybe check up just a little bit to get that better rhythm and connect the rear wheel down and set the front wheel down. And then, and I don't know if it's possible, I don't know if you guys can jump over some of these spots, but like this spot right here, I would definitely avoid my front wheel going into it.
So just wheel it over.
Because it's
This
so
is
soft, that's all it's gonna take is that one little moment. So do your best. Like any of these rutted spots, man, I try to do my best to keep my front wheel out of it. I try to keep my rear wheel in and my front wheel up. Okay.